We always begin with a character, this protagonist, this hero, who is having some sort of experience in their normal world. And that experience may be that they are quite happy and comfortable in their normal world, and something is going to come along and jolt them out of that normal world. However, in some stories, we begin with a character who is very dissatisfied with their normal world. This character may be someone who says, this that is happening is unsustainable. I can no longer go on this way. And that character will often decide to leave home, to leave their normal world, and to go out on a journey trying to find a way to fix what is broken back at home. Now, the first step that is one of the most famous steps of the hero's journey is called the call to adventure step. And what happens is something comes along which serves as an invitation for that character to leave home and go out on their journey. Now, sometimes, as I mentioned, this invitation is a very dark and deadly invitation. For example, the character may lose their family, their friends. They may lose all that has made them comfortable at home. And they're forced to go out on a journey to fight the forces that have taken from them. In other types of stories, the character may have a sense that there's something out there waiting for them, something that they're longing for, but they don't know exactly how to describe it. And in stories like this, oftentimes something comes along that serves as an invitation to take that character out of the normal world and on this journey. Many times that invitation comes in the form of another character. Perhaps a wise old man shows up in town and invites this character to go out on a journey with him. Whatever the situation, once the character has been invited on this journey, there often is a bit of reluctance in the character, where the character refuses the call to adventure. But something always happens that reverses this and forces the character to go out on the journey. At this point, they cross the first threshold. And in this motif, or in this stage, the character does something, says something, or takes an action that they can no longer turn back. They've crossed a bridge to go out on this journey, and there's no turning back at this point. Now, along the way, they may encounter what are called threshold guardians. These are characters that try and keep them from being able to move forward to the next step in the journey. Sometimes these threshold guardians are actual warriors or actual guards. Other times, these are characters who present a certain type of thinking that tries to keep the character from moving forward. However, once the character has decided to move forward, there are often characters that come along that assist the character. There may be a goddess who comes in and assists the character in getting to the next stage in the journey. There may be a mentor character that comes along and assists the character with getting to the next stage in the journey. But even with this help, the character will encounter a road of trials, difficulties that cause the character to want to give up, to want to just turn around and try and go back home. But things happen that encourage the character to keep moving forward. And eventually the character reaches success. They find what it is they've been searching for. They find the solution to the problem. Then, however, the journey is only half over, because the character must take that solution. They must take this thing that they've been looking for, and they must bring it back home. They must bring it back home for the healing of their land, or the healing of a person, or the benefit of the entire community. And many times, the journey back home with whatever that they have found, this boon, can be just as dangerous, if not more dangerous. It can be even more difficult than the journey to find the boon. However, once the character succeeds in bringing this boon back to their community, the community is transformed. But the character has also been transformed and doesn't sometimes recognize the community that they have come home to, because that community feels very different. And it's not that the community has changed, it's that the character has changed. For what we learn about the hero's journey is this: the hero, once they go on the journey, the point becomes not in getting the solution, but the point becomes the transformation of the character into the best version that they can be. They have changed. They have become a better person. They have learned a lesson, and now they are different at the end of this journey than when they began.